Hello everyone, good morning to you. What is the day anyway? I don't even know what the day is. The day is Monday, I should know that well. It's good to be with you all. Obviously we're having to do some hopscotching around here. I think we've moved to Vimeo and we're going to have all the videos, I think, thanks to you guys who recorded them. Have them on our website, so we're going to keep our website up because we can control that at least to a certain point. And so I hope it didn't make an inconvenience for you to view these new videos that we have coming out for you, and so apologize for all that. Did you guys try that experiment where you didn't want anything for 1 week, you didn't desire anything for 1 week, you didn't want anything, and you wanted to stop thinking for 1 week? Just stop thinking for 1 week. Stop planning. You don't want to do anything like it. Just take 1 week off from thinking and from wanting anything. And just watching everything. Just for 1 week. Try that. It's good meditation exercise. Aaron, thank you so much. You did reach me personally, so thank you so much for your comments, my friend. And also, Yellow Warrior number 7, appreciate your comments too. I appreciate every one of you guys, and I appreciate everyone on the team, on the ride here. It's a big order. There's so much to this planet that's out of balance, you know, and so obviously this bringing everything in there a little bit and helping people to take this next step, you know, into a higher level. This planet needs some spirituality. It's too much mind, too much thought, too much academics, and a lack of spirituality. It's okay to use your mind as long as you have spirituality with it, as long as you know that you are not your mind. You're only using that puppy. And don't let it get in your way. A lot of people don't understand what I mean when I say that. So try that week of non-thinking, non-desiring, and I'll show you an elevated point of view. This is Sal Kappa. What's up, Doc? Can you please do a video on Lyme disease and what herbs you recommend? You know, I'm going to do one on Lyme's, and we'll just add a bunch in there. We'll do Lyme's, Lupus, Fibromyalgia, because really these are all systemic acidosis. However you turn the word, whatever cofactors you look at, whether you're looking at virals or rheumatoid factors or whatever, who cares? It really doesn't matter the factors and what they change in the body, homocysteine, C-reactive proteins, all these things like this. It really doesn't matter. It's just more chew on the mind. That's all it is. And it's okay if you like chewing that way. But to tell you the truth, it's systemic acidosis. Viral loads are okay as long as you don't weaken the cells. And the problem with backed up lymphatic system is the acidosis eventually starts to break down and weaken the cell, blocks absorption of nutrients, creates as a process intracellular acidosis. And then, of course, then you see the mutation of the cell. So all of these can be categorized as systemic acidosis because you can take any one of these conditions that the medical doctors call diseases. Understand it's just your lymphatic system backed up and created acidosis no matter what cofactors or factors that it changes in the body and how you can detox that out. And don't get wrapped up in their gene thinking. Now I saw this on TV, another kidney transplant, and a poor daughter, much younger than the father, gave her one of her kidneys to her father, and it was like, oh my God. You know, that's the reckless thinking. They're so easy to throw out gene therapy and gene number 64 and crap like that. In reality, you're into consciousness of what makes the genes think. You're into things much deeper and much broader than that, and how you change it, because it's the only way you can change that. You can only change by doing the opposite is what's breaking down. It's that simple. If you don't want your body to break down, then you have to change what you're doing to things that build it up. And so you get to see what breaks the body down. Look at what man's eating. And it's so easy to understand that when you change that, the body rebuilds itself. What's so weird about that thinking? Nothing. It's just that man has to realize egotistically and every other way that he's been eating wrong. And he needs to stop that and turn around another way for the glory of the whole. for the human race and its future. But again, remember the blink of the eye, the drama, here today, gone tomorrow. So, you know, it's a deeper message there for each and every one of you, of course. This is just the drama from which your mind and emotions play. But with that said, anything that's a Lyme, a Lupus, anything like that, you're going to detox. And detox is always going to be the same. You're going to go into those kidneys. You're going to go into the adrenal glands on top that control the kidneys, because that's a must-do. Or you can't hardly move lymph, because 9 out of 10 people don't filter well in their kidneys. As you guys have seen, you've proved that. All of you have done such an incredible job. Appreciate the support. You know, I enjoy the family. I always feel good to get up on these videos because I know I'm talking to myself. You all are great, great, great beings, and pleasure to spend time with you. So you always want to clean up the bowels, always. So you do these, I believe in, when I say clean up something, basically you're using 2 sources to do that. And to me, these are the 2 tools that is no question what God gave the plant to work with. First of all is the proper diet in relationship to the physiology. Not in the relationship to what we've been doing, but in relationship to the physiology of the body and the anatomy. A quick look down anatomy physiology road and compared to the other vertebrates on this planet, doesn't take long for one to get a real quick realization that almost everything we're eating is not good for us. Grains. What's healthy about high sugar grains? Nothing. There's nothing good about grains. Matter of fact, you know, look at what happens to a horse when they eat too much grains. They founder extreme acidosis. So you just have to realize that, you know, again, too much of any complex food isn't good for you. Matter of fact, complex foods do not do well in humans or most other animals, obviously. So the simplicity of the food is key. So we've proved after 43 years, and so has many other great physicians throughout time, particularly in the 1800s, early 1900s, medical doctors who proved that fruitarian was a great way to be. As you can see by moving at least to the raw, at least to fruits, berries, melons, and salads, that you're going to get your health back by far. Matter of fact, that's a key essential to starting the cleansing process of the human body, is with your fruits, your berries, your melons, and your salads. It's just that salads take so much energy to break down the cellulose. They don't come with high astringents, and they don't have that high of flavonoids. So they really aren't ideal for the human species. They're more ideal for those that have the teeth to grind, the 4 stomachs for the cellulose, and the extensively long digestive tracts. We do not fit into that. That's obvious. We are not like herbivores. There's no question. We love them, and they're friendly like we are sometimes. But notice those animals that don't consume meat are nonviolent. Right. I mean, it's obvious, and these things are obvious to look at, and man needs to look at that. And maybe it's part of his nature of why he kills each other. He's too busy eating dead animals. So it's just take a look at all of that. Now, so diet is key essential. The other tool to me is obvious. I've tried the supplement road. I did the David Wolf thing. You know, I did the Fit Harvey Diamond thing, where you go all raw and it's cool, and then you start adding supplements. Now, I think Harvey Diamond probably is not all raw. You'd have to ask him, but he's got major things coming. So that boy just didn't, you know, you start out enthusiastic. If you look at his early videos, very enthusiastic, not so enthusiastic anymore. So these are some of the things. I've never lost my enthusiasm for 43 years. Not perfect, but never have lost that enthusiasm and that high consumption of fruits and berries and melons. That is the key. Those foods fit our bodies better in energetics, in flavonoids, in everything for neurological function, for cleansing, for keeping the kidneys well. Incredible food. It's just we don't get good fruit. So don't judge that part of it in relationship to the fact that fruits are the best food for man. Can't judge the quality because this is man's again, inability to make his food the number one choice, you know. It's like going into a fine restaurant where the chef appreciates you enjoying his food. Or the cans are being cracked and everything is in cans in the back, and synthetic potatoes and everything else. I mean, same thing. So these two things are key essential to your wellness. Use herbs. Well, I've taught herbology for years. I've done classes all my life, and I can just tell you, I've filtered down. Don't know them all, but the herbs I use, I know most of them personally after using them for years. Some I knew, and I haven't tried them in formulas and stuff, but not too many. So by using herbal formulas, when you're going to detox, no matter what it is, Lyme's, lupus, arthritis of any type, any systemic acidosis, which is about everything disease-oriented that the medical doctors can name. It just affects different tissues. When it affects the nervous system, you're looking at MS, Parkinson's, Lou Gehrig's, Bell's palsy. You can go right on down a long line there. If it's systemic, you can see the calcium loss. You start to see osteoarthritis. You get rheumatoid arthritis. You can call it whatever you want. Stiff, tight, sore, hurt all over. That's all acidosis. Those things might take a little time to move this gigantic lymph system, but you can get your remedy. There's no such thing as nobody getting their remedy, except for those that are advanced and they're hanging on to life. And those people just have to see how the karma runs for you. Because remember, this journey is a lot less of a journey you're going next. Everything keeps getting better, bigger, and more happy. So just remember that, And don't create new karma this lifetime. Quit creating things. Relax. There's plenty of things to buy and have and stuff without constantly desiring or wanting them. Start taking care of yourself. Yourself first. All right? So no matter it's Lyme's or whatever, get in there and detoxify that body. You want to get the lymph system moving, and you want to get the bowels cleaned up. Key essential to do that. If you think you have liver, use a liver formula. But I always use 2 kidney formulas, 2 lymphatic formulas. I just think that that's where we are in the level of chronicness of what we see. I run with 2 lymphatics and 2 kidneys formulas all the time now. It's hard enough to get some people filtering with that. And don't remember the adrenals. Everybody's adrenals are somewhat suppressed, and if not tremendously so. We have chronic adrenal gland problems in this world, and no wonder. They're always having to fight for happiness and survival. So it's one reason that I keep fighting, because you shouldn't have to fight just to be happy. I mean, it's just, gotten bad. Now, poor people in Turkey, God dang, I feel for them. Dictators, and it's all over the friggin' place, For anybody that deals with this, you can't go back. It's like these people want to go back into Islam and go back to Shiite law or whatever they call that and go back. You can't go back in time, ever. When you get a taste of freedom, no matter what modality you're in, what religious belief system, when you taste freedom, you can't go back. It'll tear you apart, and you'll want to fight for it. And that's what's going on. It's going on all over the world. It's just one of those things. This is Donnie. Stanley, that's my middle name. Stanley. Hello, my question is about a neighbor I've been caring for lately. He's about 80 and has post-polio, according to the medical doctors. He stays in a wheelchair as his legs are useless. Post-polio? Legs are useless, and as this takes over his body, it is becoming harder to use his arms and hands. I saw a video on someone who was vaccinated with polio as a baby and was basically, absolutely. Matter of fact, I still have this one lady's picture here, and she was on the front of the Tampa Tribune, and she was looking down at her baby with this anguished look, and I read it, and it says, baby contracts polio from the vaccine. Hell yeah, using live vaccines. This is the kind of insane science that a lot of you guys, and a lot of the world, not a lot of you guys per se, but some of you guys, and the world have bought and buying into. And I'm telling you, you want to get your children immunity up, get them on a farm, get them dirty. Don't try to keep them clean. If you try to keep all the bacteria and everything away from your children, you're going to have some serious troubles. Remember, we talked about this before. Those that have done antibiotics have the hardest time. They're the ones in trouble mostly. So you just got to develop these natural immunities. I've talked to many of good pediatricians, and they feel the same way. So this, baby was basically paralyzed, but with fasting and a raw food diet, he's completely normal as an adult. Well, this is the thing. And so can this man. He's 80 years old, so he probably has some pretty good genes. So this is the time where you get into this guy, because it doesn't matter, does it? I mean, to me, I don't care how old you are or how young you are. If you have a desire to be well, we have a desire to help, don't we? Absolutely. I mean, we're God people. So when you need help, we're here. We're here. We're here to help you. We're here with the love. We're here with the wisdom. We're here with the knowledge. So we're here to help. Each and every one of you, in your own ways, are here to help others. It's helping yourself first. Get yourself well, no question. But then enjoy the helping of others, because you have got your sukkah. You have got your knowledge and awareness. Now it's fun to help others get theirs, because we're all buddies. We're all friends. We're even deeper than that, aren't we? We're all one. Right. So just remember that, and helping others. So this man needs help, for sure. And we can stop that. You always get in that brain number 2, brain and nerve, upper circuit, get that handled. Got moving on that lymph system, because the reason you go down is acids, whether it's vaccines or whether it's neurotoxins, anything like this. You've got to always detox these factors out of the body. Also inflammation or acidosis and the adrenals, neurotransmitters. All these things that we've discussed before, you definitely want to go after this gentleman and get him back and have a good life. Get him out of that wheelchair. Would you? What would you recommend for someone 80? Can he regain use of his legs? I would say so. It's never too late to start, right? Never too late to start. And I don't think listen. You could be 102, and I've got him in here at 102. I wouldn't think anything different in helping him as I would a newborn. It's just that when you look at the newborns, it's like, oh my God, their journey is so long, and the suffering can be so great. It's horrible. So, I think help everybody, no matter where, who, size, color, who cares? Everybody needs help. And that's why we're here. We're God people, right? Whatever that means to you. Doesn't have to have a definition to it. We represent the highest high. We represent love. We represent help and joy and wisdom and happiness. That's why I said you all need to get your joy back, no matter what. Don't let anybody take it away. Don't let the government take it away. The IRS is about to get their little love joy. Let them worry about it. That's karma. Karma's always going to whip back. But keep your joys, okay? And this is Rachel. She very sick all the time, always UTIs. Now, let's see. Rachel, I don't know what your subject. What can you tell me about my mother? Okay. Her mother's very sick all the time, always UTIs. Stop right there. Urinary tract infections. Well, got to do what? Get on the kidneys, right? Get on the kidney. Herbals, you want 2 kidneys, 1 capsule, 1 liquid. You also want to hit the adrenal glands. Use an adrenal glandular, generally speaking. 200 will be fine. Milligrams, 1-3 times a day would be okay to start. Epileptic. So here's another thing. We want to check her parathyroid gland. Make sure her fingernails are strong. No varicose veins, spider veins. No petechia, bruising easy in other words. No cramping in the muscles. Things like this. Is the teeth good? In other words, we want to look for strength of calcium utilization. At the same time, you're going to get her adrenals up that's on top of the kidneys because there's neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters will help strengthen the myelin sheaths. Okay, upper circuit, brain and nerve, you're going to shove blood more aggressively up in the head. The brain and nerve formulas are going to strengthen the brain cells. So you want good calcium utilization. You want to have adequate neurotransmitters. You want adequate serotonins. So to do that, you've got to make cells healthy. Well, the next question is what breaks cells down? Well, there's only 2 sides of chemistry. Pick one. Acids, right? Because base chemistry doesn't hurt you. It can hurt you, but as a rule, we're going to keep this simple. Acids are the ones we fight the most, so you're going to deal with the acid side of chemistry. COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, simply means she's got adrenals and her nervous system's way down. Plus, she's full of mucus. So to get her, you got to go back to have the brain and nerve number 2, so you need that anyway to get up in the head for the epilepsy and stuff like this. Again, I want to reaffirm, we're not treating diseases here. This isn't about treatment of diseases. This is making the body healthy. You can treat these diseases, if you want to call these diseases. You know, it's like law. They trap you in all these words that are not related to Webster. Just remember that. COPD, you got to clean the lungs out. You can use lungs number 2. She'll clean as you start detoxifying her anyway. Get that nervous system up. That's the big deal with COPD, which is asthma up. Overweight, there's the adrenals, probably a little thyroid and parathyroid. You could go back to the epileptic type things. So check that thyroid and parathyroid. Check the basal temperatures under the arms. Chronic pain, obviously, acidosis, systemic acidosis. When the kidneys go, which is the UTIs, systemic acidosis sets in because you stop filtering from the kidneys, and this is just what you said. Methadone is the only med that controls her pain. AFib, well, get the parathyroid up, get the adrenals up, she'll move herself out of AFib. That's atrial fibrillation. She can't tolerate seizure meds with methadone. So what methadone, holy crap. So you got to use, and this is a big case. This is a case you can't do over the internet, guys. This is a case where she needs to get somebody, a practitioner, to help her here because she's got quite a few things going on here. But with that said, you can help her this way. Seizures, you need antispasmodics. We have antispasmodics. Supposedly we can't use that name. That's medical. I don't think spasms are not medical problems. That's what gets me. So there's probably going to be a war on words here. But realistically, spasms probably is found in Webster's. So if she needs seizures, she needs to use the herbal antispasmodics. They work so much better than Dilantin and all this because they don't suppress. They enhance nerve function while they control spasms and things. I'd get away from methadone, that's for sure. If I can, she takes lorazepam type thing for anxiety. Well, she's full of anxiety because her adrenals are down and her nervous systems are down, which gives her the UTIs, it gives her the epilepsy, gives her the COPD, blah, 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 blah. She has sleep apnea, of course, because she's too congested up here. Very poor diet, all dairy, mostly little exercise. Well, you know, the one thing, when I talk to people like this, Rachel, whether it's your mom or what, change your diet. I don't care who you are, what mother you are, what grandfather you are, you're never too old to change your diet. And you get tired of hearing people, well, I can't change my ways. Well, bull crap. You either change your ways or you don't. If you don't bother me. You're going to suffer and I don't want to know about it. It's your suffering, because you can't get caught up in that. Even with your own mom, dear, be careful. But your mom has to change her diet. You know that already. Drinking milk, and she's got COPD. Did anybody hit her upside the head with a 2 before? Did everybody just lie to her? And that's the thing. This lady should have given up dairy years and years and years ago. Now she's got a nightmare probably to clean this body out of hers. She's been doing dairy all these years. You ever see the dairy eyes we show you? With serious trouble. Serious stuff. Because now she's got to breathe while she's cleaning her lungs out. And that's important. That's why it's important to use the proper anti-seizure or antispasmodic so she can expectorate. Locking any more in, and this lady's right there on the tip of cancer of everywhere. Kidneys recently weren't no kidding. I mean, come on, she has constant UTIs. So her kidneys recently weren't functioning right because of overdose, non-responsive. Oh, my God. Well, this lady has to dedicate herself to wanting to be well, Rachel. Your mom has to dedicate herself to, I want to be well, and I'm not going to live in this modality. If people like this love the medical doctor, stop and look at you and all the things you got going on, and you're not being helped with any of them. You might be helped, what you think helped, but you're really getting a deeper hole dug for yourself. And you get too deep, and these people can't get out. Her CO2 levels are high. Well, she's probably shallow breathing, excessive carbohydrates, and so her carbon dioxide levels are high. Hep C from blood transfusion 20 years ago will clean the liver out. Clean the body out. This lady needs a lymphatic cleanse big time. Very depressed. Okay, so there we go. We got a history of a lot of drugs. She's very depressed. So you're going to that parathyroid. You got to fix that parathyroid there. And alcohol. Please help. Doctors have it, and there are so many mixed opinions online. Well, you know what, sweetheart, I agree with you that your mom doesn't need mixed opinions. She needs people that can help her. Real people that know how to help people that are at this level of problems. A typical naturopath should never take on a case like this because they can't help them. They don't know what's causing these things. If you've been a naturopathic grad from a medical school, you don't know what's going on here. And so this case, you can run her back and get your mom back healthy again. I've taken cases like this for 40 years and done that. So even though it seems like she's got a lot of things going on here, honey, you can get your mom back, but you got to have a willing participant. And if your mom's listening, Mom, you got to get it because you ain't got much. Your body's going down, and you're not going to like where where you are. And if you do, I don't know what to say to you, but you need to get your life back. And you can get all these things gotten rid of and rebuild the body, but it's strict, and the diet is strict. As a matter of fact, your mom might just want to go on the diet for about a month first and let her clean out all this mucus and stuff because she's going to be loaded with this stuff. She has had several abdominal surgeries, several adhesions. Well, there you go. She's so acidic that she's growing adhesions from surgery, which is what we've talked about before here. That causes her pain and feels it, and they'll wrap around your bowels and shut them off. Then you have to go back. And I mean, this is a never-ending story. So you only have one choice: either live like this, which to me would not be a life at all. It would be a cop-out, or go get yourself taken care of. Grab your spirituality, grab your happiness as much as you can. Use your daughter here, Mom. Sounds like you got a great daughter here. And take off, and that'll get you well here. She also goes up to 2 weeks without having a bowel movement. Well, you got to correct that. I mean, you got a lot to work on here. She had a head injury in 07, and us sometimes very mental foggy. Okay, so Rachel, you can get your mom totally back out of this. Totally back out of this. It's going to be some work for you. And your mom set it in for the next year. And saying this next year, I'm going to be done with everything here. I'm going to get my body healthy, and all these medical problems won't exist anymore in healthy tissue. Right? So, Mom, you got to do this. You got to take off and get your body, or suffer away because you got some serious issues here. You need to get a hold of them, dear. All right, thanks for the thing, Rachel. I hope you can get your mom well. You know, I'm for everybody getting well, but they have to be willing to change the diet. Sometimes I get tired of people going, well, I can't change my diet. I can't do that. And it's like, what? Let me tell you, everybody can change their diet. It's just how suffering are you? It's too bad it takes suffering to change the diet, doesn't it? This is Mallory. Hey, man, please help. My husband, what's this? This is Thank You, M. Please help. My husband went on a juice fast in January and broke out in huge infected spots. He took He took antibiotics. Maybe he shouldn't have. You think? Shouldn't have, but we were pretty freaked out. Well, that's why we have a clinic here, honey. And you can call here anytime you want when you start detoxing. And I don't care if you're using someone else's program. If you need help, we're here to help you and give you some advice to this. Even though we're a club, we have free membership right now. And, and that's just so we can talk to you about your health care issues. He has been ill. Terrible diarrhea and stomach pains. Also, a cyst was drained from the area right above the anus and has drained pus and blood now for months. Now, here's the thing. Just from my point of view, your husband needs to get back on that Bronco and start riding this bull called detox. Because if not, you're looking at a colorectal tumor coming, and that is nothing happy about that. And you don't want to be wearing a bag for the rest of his life. So get on to this. This is, you see pussy stuff? That's the lymph system. You could use a little black salve back there, but my herbs, I had some great salves, but we've sold them all, and the company wouldn't make them anymore. So now this new company, I'm hoping will make us our salves. I'm excited about the salves because I have a salve that you could use on that. Now, you could use a little Hulol tea, soak it and do a little bit of a poultice, or take the raw herbs and make a little bit of a poultice and a little bit of a sling there while he's sitting there, and hold those herbs against that anal wall. Really key here. But when when you go on a detox, he went on a juice fast in January and broke out. That shows you right there his kidneys aren't filtering right off. His skin decided to be the way out. That's how toxic he is. When you see infected spots, how many people go on a fast and their skin breaks out? You know, that's what I'm saying. That's how toxic that lymph system is in your husband here. And the anal fissures or pustula is just an example of this. But it's also an example of what's coming. No, 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 no. And a colonoscopy here revealed inflammation. No kidding. But my guess, inside out. And that's not good. Review the videos about the lymph system and especially in the gut wall on the inside out. This is probably burning him from the interstitial areas that's inside the wall out on the wall. That's why he's getting the pus in the anus. That all sparks of future colon cancers and everything else. You just took a scope up the bowel. What you saw was the effect of what's inside that wall. And that's real, real important there. In his colon now takes 4 pills a day. For that, or he gets sick again. What is this? APRISO? I never heard of that drug. Apriso? I don't know what that drug is. But all you need is to get on these herbs where you have marshmallow, slippery elm, aloe vera. Use those herbs that are for inflammation, mullein, for acidosis, anti-inflammatory, and acids. At the same time, you got to get the kidneys and adrenals up, get your steroids up, it will help you, but also open up the kidney channel and where you can detox that lymph out, because that's exactly what you're going on here. It's obvious. Maybe it was the sugar from all that fruit. Oh, God. Yeah, come on, man. Don't go there. I mean, that's a ridiculous statement. There's 100 times more sugar, if not 1,000, in a piece of bread over a piece of fruit. Hey, guys, this is simple sugar. These are not high sugar foods. Diabetics always do well on fruits. These aren't the same sugars. You got to get that. Man, it has nothing to do with fruit. This is his lymph system. This is his sewer system. Look at his symptoms. Look at what you just told me. This is inflammation. This is his bowels burning. This is serious. This isn't about fruit and sugar. This is far more serious than anything like that. This is serious stuff. This is how bowel cancer is formed. IBS, worse, Crohn's. All of this is coming out of this. He's burning his lymph system, sweetheart's backed up head to toe, it looks like here. His skin expressed it right out. That was the first sign. Your first sign that you're having serious, and I mean serious, lymphatic problems. When you start to detoxify and you break out with a rash, you got problems. That problem is right at Mr. Kidney and adrenal glands, big time. And you got to handle them. You got to handle them. That's all I got to tell you. He was drinking a mixture of carrot, apple, and pear juice for about a month or so and not eating anything at all. The spots started at about 3 weeks into it, and that's when he started the sulfur antibiotics. Did you hit him on top of the head with something, honey? Because having sulfur antibiotics, holy crap, man. If he starts getting sulfur buildup in the bowel, and he might already have it. I haven't seen his eyes yet, but he could have sulfur already built up there. But the use of antibiotics, he's off point. You know, you're off point. And I don't know if you caught the CBS special, but basically stay away from antibiotics. So, let me see, the spots started, We were pretty worried of the diarrhea because he started eating again and lost 20 pounds just from that. Well, he's full of inflammation, you know, which means that he's probably getting major malabsorption, honey. Because you can't have that much lymph stagnation, get that much acidosis in the wall like that, see it with a colonoscopy and not have malabsorption. So, this is a malabsorption thing, and of course, what you see, remember what you see? Remember the GI tract is the tree, and then of a tree you got different branches, and one branch is the liver and gallbladder, the other branch is a pancreas, another branch is the spleen. So all I have to say is that he probably has this inflammation, what we call acidosis, everywhere. It's systemic anyway. So this is backing up in his head. The next thing you'll start seeing more problems coming up here in the esophagus. It just goes on and on and on. Your young man has got to get his butt detoxed, no matter how slow. I get on some herbs with this. It'll help you because you can get more kidney function out of that than you can just eating fruit. So if you want to cut down on the fruit, then go to the vegetables. But carrot juice, get away from carrot juice. I mean, that's what we all did. And I can tell you from experience, and Jensen can tell you from a 3-month carrot juice fast, didn't do a thing for his cancer, doesn't do things for him. These are not detoxifying foods. Stay away from that. That was the old thinking 50 years ago. This is Alina. Quick question. I live in sunny Scotland. Yeah! Yeah, that's a joke of the morning, I bet. To tell you the truth, this is the first day we haven't had clouds in quite a bit. We've been pretty rainy, man. We're getting our butt kicked with rain down here. And we had that tropical storm go over us. Sunny UK, Scotland. I just talked to Scotland the other day. I have Scottish mother, Jamaican father. I was thinking about moving to Jamaica. I would love to know your thoughts on my body's of need for vitamin D. I can't say. I think that everybody has to have the sun, however you interpret that as a vitamin and how it relates itself down to get to that. You have to have sun. I can't imagine anybody always inside. I come in here to go to work and then I'm back out. I'm a sun worshiper. I can't imagine anybody living inside all the time. What we see down here is blindness from that. You see what happens in prisons and stuff if you don't get enough light here. So you got to get some full sun. Even if it's indirect on a porch or something, you got to get out and get the sun. Vitamin D, you take it as you want, but I'm rooting for the sun side of that. This is K.S. Kelly. In the past 3 weeks, I've had 7 gallbladder attacks. Oh, none previously, of which the 7th one finally convinced me to go to emergency. The ultrasound shows there is a stone blocking the exit duct. Oh, man. My bile is thickened. My gallbladder is inflamed and bile is backing up into the liver, according to blood and urine tests. The surgeon pressured me into having immediate emergency surgery. Uh-oh. However, your words regarding our need for all our organs to stay intact held me strong. Oh, I have limited myself to eating fruit. Well, can't he go in and open up that stone there? Can he do an endoscopy and go down and open that stone up there and open that duct up? If not, I would do a lemon juice fast, and an apple. Say apple and lemon juice, and go on a fast like that. Now we have what's called phosphate liquid. It's a phosphorus thing, but we use it to break. It's from what lab is that from? I can't remember right now. But it helps to break up gallstones. And so we use it as a type of detox before you flush the liver gallbladder. But, if this thing don't break out and he can't get it out, you might have to do a liver gallbladder flush and spasm that and try to spasm that out and kick that out. But if you want to try to break it down, you got to do the apple juice and lemon juice fast and go on in about a week. But try that phosphate liquid if you want. I have limited myself to eating fruits, but I understand I need more fiber. I'd also use the liver gallbladder formula. That's what these herbs do. I've made apple juice from Granny Smith apples, drink lemon and what? See, I didn't have to tell you guys anything. That's how smart you guys are. And apple cider vinegar. At this time, my gallbladder is sore to the touch, so I occasionally apply heat to it. Now, that's heat with inflammation. That's the wrong way to think about it. What you want to do is, you might do with a little castor oil. That'll make a little spasm go, but do a little castor oil pack over that liver gallbladder and put a little heat to drive it in, but hot needs cold. If you cool that down, it should reduce the size of the stone. Let me see. I have not had any attacks since being in the hospital 2 nights ago, and now that the next attack could be the worst one yet, and even worse than... Well, I wouldn't think that way. Because I tell you the truth, you're going to detox, you're going to reduce that stone, and it's going to come out of there. Because you have one other choice, and that is to spasm that through a liver gallbladder flush and see if that'll just push it all out. If not, you're going to end up in the emergency room having it cut out anyway. But the thickened wall just shows that you're inflamed all through the wall there, lymphatically speaking. It just shows that you're backed up lymphatically, acidosis. But that's why you see fluids coagulate, things like this, is the acidic nature of the interstitial fluids. Even in the gallbladder and liver and these chambers, it reflects that. I have not had I need advice on how to dissolve and expel the stone. I believe it's and we have a stone. There's plenty of stone herbs here. Stone root, there's plenty of them. We have a formula just for stones. I think we might have some left. I think we discontinued it, but it's for stones, gallstones and liver stones and kidney stones. So you might get the stones formula. Your thinking was perfect with the lemons and the apples. I would fast on that. Do the castor oil pack. It might help to do a little spasm and push that stone on out. See how you do like that, Casey. You should do well. You mixed my thyroid this spring and I'm totally off Synthroid. Oh, you fixed my thyroid this spring and I'm totally off Synthroid. I really believe in. Oh, thanks, sweetheart. Well, let's get this stone out of here. And so either you do what you're doing. I like what you're doing. If you have to, do another gallbladder flush or do a gallbladder flush. You can do a mini one even. I'll see how you get. Call the people up here. Magnesium and B6 works good on kidney stones. I don't think on gallstones, though, is that going to do any good. But you know what? Some bicarbonate might. Some sodium and bicarbonate, aluminum-free. Call them up and ask Cindy a fast-track alkalizer. That might help to reduce that stone, too, is some bicarbonate. So let's see how you do there, sweetie. But you'll be okay. This is Simon. Hey, Simon. My 5.5-month-old son has baby eczema. Well, let's stop right there. Right there, that's the warning sign. Stop, get off the milks, go to coconut milk, coconut water, coconut milk, and fruit juice. 5.5-month-old son, easy do. This boy needs to move away from the dairies completely, away from the formulas, and go into coconut milks and add fruit juices, fresh fruit juices. Start now on this boy. He's perfect age. As a matter of fact, my grandson started on fruit juices maybe even 3 months, but 5.5 months, perfect. Coconut milk, you keep his bowels good, give him brain and nerve food. All the fruits, berries, and melons, give him the brain and nerve food, help keep the kidneys, help to clean the lymph system, because that's what you got going on here. You got a baby with kidney and adrenals, obviously, who would be in this world, and really, at this age, this baby could have a serious kidney and adrenals. The skin is dry, itchy. This baby's already highly acidic interstitially. He's got eczema, meaning his kidneys aren't filtering well at 5.5 months. So you want to work with that. And you can work with these formulas with the babies. We do it all the time. But you're only using like 2 drops. A 5.5-month-old, you can ask Jennifer. She's the baby lady. But 5, 6, maybe 5 drops, maybe 4 drops, but I would do kidneys and lymphatics and endocrine gland at the very 3. Endocrine gland, kidneys, and lymphatics, and you can get the glycerins if you want, but you're only using little drops, 3 to 5 drops. It's on his chest, it's on his legs, it's on his arms, it's on his face. It means he's systemically backed up, and that's what's going on. Your baby was born with weak adrenals and weak kidneys. Fix him now. He's only 5.5 months. Get him on a good diet, non-nutrition, a lot of power. It'll start moving the genetics around again. It'll start helping this boy to get better and save a lot of problems down your road. He is on mother's milk with a little water also. Time to break him off. Or the mother's really lymphatic up. You know, guy's lymph system pretty backed up. So if the mom doesn't want to break him off breast milk, I don't know what to tell you. The mom needs to be 100% raw, and I'm not sure that's going to help him. He really needs to move to the coconut milks, the fruit juices, 5.5 months, fruit juices, fresh fruit juices, grape. Matter of fact, it won't be long. You'll be popping fruit down his mouth. You know, little fruits cut up real small. Absolutely. You'll see. Any advice? Okay. P.S. What fruits do you advise for his few months on solids? Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is real. Right the time. Get him off of mother's milk, because obviously he doesn't do well that way. And but you can chop up all kinds of fruits. You can chop up little grapes. You can chop up oranges. You can chop up any of the fruits like that, little pieces. You know, that's what we did to my grandson. 2 of them, and he's way advanced. So good stuff. You know, yeah, you can move your boy right out of this. So remember, Simon, he's, you know, could have some detox symptoms, and don't sweat the small stuff. I want you to remember, adrenals and kidneys, and get this young man's lymphatic system cleaned out, and he'll grow up a nice young man, especially in a family that are raw foodists and stuff. Good deal. All right, so let's look at this one. This was an email, so I don't know. We're going to put it up anyway. Honey Rose. This is from Honey Rose. Beautiful name, Honey Rose. Got two beautiful names slapped together. I have been watching your videos, and a subscriber of mine keeps encouraging me to email you. I have been chronically ill since 4 years old. Now, you know what? That's just the nature of this planet. That's why this planet needs a big enema. A big colon cleansing job. This poor little... This lady's been sick since 4. I theorized that it was caused by glandular fever because I had such a high fever that could have damaged the brain stem. Well, could. Now, generally speaking, young children go to 104, 105 all the time. Now, if you went on up, you're going to damage the brain stem probably at 107 to 109. So, possible, but you can rebuild tissue. And that would be upper circumbrain nerve. Upper circumbrain nerve, great for rebuilding brain tissue. Absolutely. But you must be in an alkaline state, high diet high of fruits, berries, and melons. Absolutely. Right? Which unconscious processes are controlled. I could be incorrect, though. It just makes the most logical sense to me. I am intelligent enough to have attended Oxford or Cambridge University, but I am too ill to do anything but be at home. Well, your adrenals are down, probably your kidneys are down. Get your nervous system built back up, honey. Get those kidneys filtering, get all this acid out of your body. Start getting your body more energetic and turned on, neurologically, muscularly, every way possible. You know, start just cleaning your body out of acids and stuff, and turn on your endocrine glands. Remember, we got that new endocrine gland tonic out there that I've got, but there's plenty of things to turn on the endocrine glands. I wonder if a vaccine triggered the initial illness. Really possible, honey. That'd be neurotoxicity, and that would shut down the nervous system a little bit. Absolutely. It's a given that we're probably a society of mainly kidneys, adrenals, colons, stuff like that. It's possible, but it has been too long ago now to find that out. Yeah, and it's not important right now. You're in the now. In the now, your body says, clean me and rebuild me. Clean me and rebuild me. And remember, those two words fit every one of us. Clean me and rebuild me. Clean me and rebuild me. Clean me and rebuild me. How simple. How on point. You know. No nonsense and on point. I was labeled as a hypochondriac at age 7. God. Age 7, and I am now 26. 26 years old. Still a young woman there, honey. Doctors look at me, I am attractive female, and took me and tell me I look fine. That's my point. Someone asked me on YouTube, and you're a good case, sweetheart. Here's a good case where you're beautiful on the outside, but the inside. And people ask me, you know, all these natural health people, they're always looking sick. Well, the sick people are going after their health. That's one thing. But you can take all these beautiful people that are eating all the crap and the dead foods and de-skin them and take a look, and this is what she's going through. She's a beautiful woman at 26, and she's hurting like a banshee. You know, and I see this a lot now. And it's just that you guys have to kick up another notch. You're going to change your diets. You're part of the new move, and humans have to, or they're suffering. The young people can't have to because they're suffering too much. It's just it's a move that's being forced on the human consciousness. You have to, or the suffering is going to... but that is completely untrue. I have now realized that I probably have, I can't even pronounce that word, but it's POTS, P-O-T-S, a subtitle. And there seems to be no cure. There's no cure in allopathy, period. So, just got to realize, all you watching the YouTube, you've got different modalities of healing. Each offers you a different array of their own therapies, their own tools that they use, and their own realities. Allopathic reality is what most of you already know. You don't have to guess that reality. Take a look at the stats in allopathic reality. 1 million killed last year. 1 million killed by allopathic theories. That's unimaginable. No curative value. Surgery's excellent to a point. There are bad surgeons, no question, but they're bad naturopaths and you can bad everything. But surgery, right on. There's some great stuff right there. The new surgery, I mean, just unbelievable feels. But you have to have everybody below understanding when to do surgery and when not to do surgery and everything else. Because even a surgeon doesn't fully understand acidosis and the lymph systems and what that means when he goes in or she goes in with a knife and what that means. The one day was talking about adhesions here. Things like this, scar tissue, and what we can do to save a person from surgery. And there are people that have to have surgeries. But so many people can be saved from these things, it's not even funny. Because once you go into a surgeon, it's no big deal. But to the person, it is a big deal. You know, from all the scar tissue, adhesions, the trauma, the neurotoxicity of propofol, all these things can play a role in a person's health issues. No question about it. So, naturopathic medicine. Naturopathic medicine is a total disappointment to me. You know, here we are picking up on the concept of diseases, but we're adding our own concept of a few things like leaky guts and a few things like deficiencies and things like this. And here's a whole world of supplements, a whole nother world of industry and supplements. And I can see why these two kind of fit hand in hand in one way and how they clash in another. Then you have true naturopathy, the purest of all healing modalities, which is what you're getting here with a twist, because we added herbology with it, but we changed herbology from the treatment of symptoms to cleaning and restoring, cleaning and rebuilding, and strengthening and cleaning, that sort of thing. So all the rest of homeopathy, basic treatment-based system, naturopathic medicine, a treatment-based system, the only one out there that's not a treatment-based thinking is true naturopathy, which is what you're learning here. Address the causative factors. Excuse me. You know, man just ate wrong. And because of that, he's wrecked his body. Now we're trying to find every other reason for it than what we consume. Whether it's what we eat, what we drink, what we breathe, or what we put on our skin. We're trying to find other reasons for our problems. Don't look at what you're eating. Don't look at what you're consuming. Don't look at how hard you're working without rest. Don't look at how stressed out you are. Don't look at a corrupt world of governments and things like this. I mean, all these are factors of your health. Don't go chasing rainbows of diseases, because that'll land you nowhere. It'll land you just like this lady, 26 years old, still suffering. This lady should have been taken care of at 4 years old. She'd had a whole different experience in life. But this is going to lead her to a passion to help people, because she suffered for so much here. Let's see. The main test they used, let me see here. The blood pours down to my left lower body and vasoconstriction doesn't take over. To cope, my heart races at around 100 beats per minute until I lay completely flat, again, self-tested with a pulse oximeter and blood pressure cup. I have complained about heart problems for years and only now have been referred to a cardiologist. I was seen by other specialists who diagnosed me incorrectly, which made things even harder. Well, I like to take a look at that. You know, I have to take a look at your case, look at your eyes. You know, sometimes the thyroid kicks up the heart rate, one, because it's a little hyper, or because you're not oxygenate the body like you're looking at a pulse oximeter. You want to see your O2 saturation, but at the same time, you have to remember that your body has to oxygenate 100 trillion cells. So sometimes when the lymph system is so backed up and you're so acidic or dehydrated, you're going to see your heart rate go up to get oxygen to cells better. You're just going to see that happen. But, you know, it could be other factors too, no question about it. I have complained about, okay. I have gone vegan from vegetarian. I am now avoiding processed and refined products. This has really helped, but I still have symptoms. Go deeper. I have just started chewing licorice root. which seems to be helping a little. Well, licorice root is a good anti-inflammatory. It's like cortisol. It definitely increases adrenal function, so it increases neurotransmitters and increases cortisol. So this just shows you what's going on here, going back to your kidneys, going back to your adrenals, creating systemic acidosis. From that, you see all these other factors that are involved, whether you're vaccinated and you held neurotoxicity in or whatever. The one remedy that you have, and the door is open to you, sweetheart, is detoxification the right way. And when you do this the right way, you're cleaning and you're restoring healthy cell function. And that's just the only way you're going to get out of this. There is no other way. And you can look 1,000,000 miles and go to 1,000,000 doctors, and you're going to come back here saying the same thing. Because this is true healing. That was the name of our first book, True Healing. This is true healing. This is nature's healing. This is the way it is. You can add supplements. That's unnatural. It's not the way to go. You want to use botanicals for what you know is wrong with you. Sometimes we try to make more out of all this than it is. Sure, there's a lot of cofactors you're being affected by, but you've got a large body there with a lot of departments, and they all go down when the kidneys go down, and the adrenals, and the glands. You could have other glands going down. Okay, I just bought an herbal blend of hawthorn berry, cactus stem, motherwort, and ginger, rhizome. Yep, that's okay. I really wanted to take yohimbe. I don't know about that right now because it has been shown to be effective. No, I don't know about that. But surprise, surprise, it was banned in New Zealand. It's about banned here, probably. Of course, a white coat can prescribe me the extracted version. I just love the World Health Organization and Codex. Those guys are just so good. But I don't like that idea much at this time. Yeah, I would leave the yohimbine out of there. This website, and in fact, that is a extract of yohimbe. This website is all about autonomia. I still say, you know, you're dealing in the adrenals and the autonomic nervous system. You're dealing in how that affects heart function, but you're also dealing in systemic acidosis, no question. You could have some neurotoxicity going on there too, no question about that. Let me see here. Apparently, my quality of life is comparable with someone who has congestive heart failure, except they don't get laughed at for having female hysteria. Happened yesterday. The doctor found it hilarious. Yeah. Honey Rose, get your life back, dear one. You can get your health back. Don't buy into that. Go focus. Detox. Get your kidneys, adrenals. Get the whole endocrine glands up. Let's take a look at your case a little deeper. Send me a copy of your eyes or something. We'll take a peekaboo. Hey, Doc, I've been trying to work this program for some time now, and I still don't last long before I eat poorly. Yeah, you know, keep working it. Don't, this is Dean. Dean, listen, man, that, you know, some guys can tear it up, some can't. Don't worry about it. Just keep working it. Keep working it. Don't beat yourself up unless you're suffering real bad. Use some herbs. Help yourself up that way and make up for a little. Just certain things that you do, cut them out. If you're doing dead animals and you got to do meat, then make it fish or chicken, even though they putrefy just as bad. Fish seems to putrefy even faster, but the amino acid structures aren't as complex, so they're little. I mean, there's not. So if you have to do dead animals, do it once or twice a week at the most, and do it with a salad. And then the rest of the time, hit your fruits, berries, and melons every morning. Make sure you do that. At lunch, either go from a salad to fruits, berries, and melons. Play with that. If you have to add some steamed vegetables, okay, do at your pace. But start. Start, Dean. Start doing it. Just start doing it, even a little at a time. Don't try to do too much. If you swing too much, then don't go swing too far to the good side. Swing a little bit to the good side, so you don't swing so far to the negative side. You know, your swings can be pretty far. Keep your swings shorter. You'll do better. You'll do better. And use herbs to clean you out. And spend some time with yourself. I can sense that. Spend some time with yourself, Dean. Get strong with yourself. You know, start loving yourself a little more. And just really get into that and the strength of Dean. And you'll get that control. And then it'll be about your body. It won't be about what you like and your emotions, what your emotions like to eat. It'll be what you need to for your body, because you already have the sucre of life and God and happiness. You don't need to eat to get it. And that's the thing. Don't eat for your joy. I mean, it's fun to eat. There's no question. And when you got the excellent watermelons and your fruit of your South Islands, that puts a smile on your face. Mine just thinking about them, because we don't even get them here like that. But food can put a smile on your face. Fruit particularly. A salad, okay, a little bitty smile, but a big bowl of good fruit, you got a grinner from ear to ear. I'm diabetic type 2, so you know immediately your adrenals are down. You know you have a lot of fungus in the body from not metabolizing sugars and so much fermentation from that. So use a parasitium, get that fungus down a little bit. That'll correct your cravings for the starches, you know, like your cheeses and your breads and stuff like that. That'll also keep it the fruits and the vegetables, even if you have to have some cooked vegetables. That'll at least stabilize your blood sugar, fix your adrenals. You know, use the adrenal glandular. Kidneys are sitting down below, so you got to fix the kidneys. That'll start moving that lymph system. That'll bring your sugar under control and all the other things that the adrenal glands do, like neurotransmitters and everything else. Feel poorly most of the time, so there are good reasons to stay busy, to get busy with detox. That's what I'm talking about. But cravings or whatever get me all the time. That's why I'm saying use parasitium or something equivalent to get a hold of that fungus, and then you'll be good. You'll be good. It'll help you. It really will. My mind knows what to do. My heart knows what to do, and I still, well, because you're eating for the multitudes. You know, someone with type 2, the sugar metabolism problem, even type 1, you know you're full of fungus from faulty sugar metabolism. So really, you gotta get a little bit of a kill going on there. Do your best. Work it. Keep taking parasitium. Keep working and get the kidneys and adrenals up. Keep working and get that all fixed up. Get your lymph moving. Clean out your bowels. And by then, all this will be done, and you'll look back and you've done it. You've made it through there. Because that's what you're dealing with. You know, the craving of fungus can be so intense that you can run to grab a piece of bread. I mean, I've seen it. I myself. Twinkie. Remember the little story of the Twinkie? So I was hoping for was of your focus videos on discipline and consistency. Ha! Me? Oh, man, that's a tough video for a guy like me. There's no consistency in my life whatsoever. The only thing consistent is I love fruits, berries, and melons. And you guys. So, but I might do one on discipline. Huh! Yeah, how to get a grip on one's cravings and emotions like boredom and so on. That's when you got to turn the view from the outside to the inside, Dean. Your sucre can't be from external things anymore, because the external world can be ripped away from you with one quick, swift move. It isn't the outside world that is key, it is you. So this is what I picked up earlier before I got to this, is that you need to spend some time alone, man, and really get into the self, because the joy comes from self-awareness. Not self-ego, self-awareness. And self-awareness comes when you shut the chattering of the mind down and you practice the be here now, learning how to be in the moment. Practice watching instead of thinking. Big change. And you will start to get stronger in the self. Take the parasitium to get those cravings out. Start fixing the body to uplift that consciousness and get your head lit up with energy. And get into the self, Dean. That's exactly what's coming over to me from you. Boredom, you know, again, your sucre isn't here, and yet your sucre is here. You get that? It's not here, but it's here. Okay? I love you, and am so grateful. I love you too, man. And you'll be okay, Dean. Spend some time. Get with the self. You're God in a body form, just like me and like everyone else. Hi, man. Glad to see all of you. You're one of all of us. So there's you know, get yourself happy, my friend. Spend some time alone, and you'll be good. This is from RSPMOSFET1 at Judah. Okay. Hi, Dr. Morris. I think you are doing, oh, good. Educating people, me definitely included. I'm confused about something or someone. I do not know if you ever heard of Dr. Reuben Jordan. Heard the name. Do not know if he is licensed doctor. Heard the name is all. Don't know what they're about. But he had very bad colitis as a teenager and looked anorexic. Jordan Reuben claims he got well on organic raw milk, organic cultured raw cheese, and meat without... Holy shit. You know what? I just disagree with that. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I'm telling you, you don't cure colitis by clogging your lymph system even more. Now, maybe he coated his GI tract with so much mucus that he doesn't feel what's actually going on there. So, Reuben, you got to detox your lymph system if you want a permanent cure. You don't cure things with cultured milks and stuff like that. Far be it. Or meats. There's no curative value to meat eating. There's no curative value to raw cheese or raw milks. Been there, tried that. Used to sell raw milks, raw yogurts, raw kefirs out of my health food stores. That brought my health down. I was a fruitarian dealing so good and my health went, whoop. I'm going, whoa, this is raw. Wait a minute, this is raw. Now, I can tell you from personal hand experience that this Reuben guy, he's making those claims, dangerous claims, Reuben, because there's nobody cures himself with these kind of foods. He goes on to say with some fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds. He's full of crap. I've been a healer for 43 years, and I can tell you, Reuben, your buddy, Reuben, no way. No way. He did something else. You said cheese and meat are acid, big time. So I don't know what he's talking about. Disagree with him wholeheartedly, Nick. That's I'll tell you the best way to do it. I don't know where you are with what you're doing, but Try a week of cultured milk, meat, and nuts and seeds, and then report back to me and let me know how you're doing. Not so well. I'll tell you, that's dangerous. And especially you guys with tumors and cancer, that kind of diet can just about end your life. Flat out. You get yourself in trouble that way. Now here's a question as Frank, Frank, you're doing a good job up in Canada, my friend. Oh, Frank's healing people up like crazy now. So Frank, you're doing really good, man, up there in the North Woods. Now here's is the sediment in the urine something that goes away after a while, or is it supposed to always be there? Keep in mind, if you're filtering a sewer system in your body, your cells don't take a break from pooping. They don't take a break from eating either. You should always see sediment going on in your urine. Well, there's going to be days, drink too much water, or do this or do that. You might have a day where everybody's down, you're stressful, but you should see some filtration going on from here on. Giovanni. Thanks. This is from Greg. Thanks, Greg Coleman. Thanks. Spiritually, videos are so positive and inspiring. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Just had to tell you, I ordered products from you and your staff. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it, Greg C. I really do. I mean, if my staff isn't good to you, I'm going to kick some booty. I think I've got I love my staff. Everyone we've got working for us right now, I think they're just, they're all good, loving people, don't you think? We did discuss food grade hydrogen peroxide there. Thanks. Oh, this is Aaron. Look at this. Thanks for your love there, Aaron. Really do. Now listen to Aaron. I used to be a big into bodybuilding and was always taking whey protein powder. I had a medical doctor. He ran a hospital in San Diego. Came down. I went to called me up, said he read my book, said he loved it. I've been a good close friend ever since. And he came to class, and I think I was telling you guys a story about he had extreme kidney pain, and I looked in his eye with my camera, and you could really see a big genetic lesion in his right kidney. So he had big-time kidney genetics, and I told him, I said, it'll take you a while to heal it, but I'll get you out of pain here this week. And so he went on Total Raw and the herbs at class. He was out of pain the second day or third day. Fifth day, the girls are doing a raw food kitchen, what a raw food kitchen would look like if you didn't cook anything. And in my kitchen, I wouldn't even have a dehydrator, sorry. But All right, so you got a raw food kitchen, and we're making Giuliano's food. So Giuliano has meatloaf, which is a little vegetable nut dish. And I told him, you need to try this. This is the little vegetables and the little nuts in here. And by Friday, he was totally out of pain for 2 or 3 days. Second bite, oh, what was that? And I said, that's protein. That's what protein does to you when you're in pain. And so he learned a lot, but he still started making whey protein bars. Dr. David. Before this, age 21, I was pretty healthy with no concerning health issues. After taking whey protein and a myriad of other supplements for 3 years, I had wrecked my body pretty badly. Now, Aaron, you are a valuable person in helping those people that are doing this into this, because I get it in here too. These young guys here are coming in with kidneys going down, high creatinine levels, going toward dialysis, some already on dialysis from pumping high proteins. The kidneys can't take it nowadays. The old farmer dudes that had strong constitutions, they could eat meat until they died, but can't do it anymore. And it's the same world, guys. And that argument, what we did, we can still do, doesn't, no, bad argument. What man did is why he's where he's at. So we must do something new. Let's go back to the way we're designed. So I feel sorry for Aaron. I know what it is. I was a bodybuilder a little bit when I was younger. I followed the Wilder program, high protein powders. Didn't know any better. I had extremely bad joint pain. Oh, God, see, and that's what I see from pro athletes. They come in, we get them in here every once in a while, and boy, generally with RA, but still, you know, they lost the kidneys, their joints are way out of whack. Oh, my God. Poor guy. Tired all the time, adrenal fatigue. I started losing my hair. I have been on the path to Wellville now for a while, almost 3 years. Wow! Go, man. And all my health issues have went away except for my balding. I am working hard on that. Upper circulation. Use that upper circulation formula. Let me tell you, upper circulation. You use brain and nerve too, but use upper circulation, man. It'll really help you to get hair growth. But it also tells you you're probably still a little bit backed up lymphatically in the head, Aaron. So you got to get this sinus to drain, get the head to drain, clean up the gut here. You gotta work on those kidneys, get filtration, because remember, you hit them pretty hard there. And get that hair growing back, and you'll be good. You should have it growing back by now. So it just shows the lymph system isn't cleaned up there enough. I am working hard. I said one thing that happened during the 3-year span was I started to grow hair on my upper back. Do you think my body was trying to use the protein in any way possible and starting to grow hair on a coping mechanism? Boy, that's possible. Also, well enough detoxing, I think you would go. Yeah, you know what? You just have to detox.
Just later after you're done.
Huh?
Just after you're done.
Oh.
This way.
Oh, okay.
That way.
Oh, that way.
To Ginsburg.
Okay, okay, I'll do that. All right. I shall do that. But anyway, yeah, Aaron, just get your body back. But Aaron's just proving the point that we've talked about quite a bit. And that, of course, is what happens on these higher protein diets and things, and the whey proteins. And so this is an example, and I try to tell some of these docs, and this good friend of mine, he's a good medical doctor. He's got a holistic clinic in California now, but still into the proteins. And I had another medical doctor, good guy, send his clients here to me, but he puts them on high proteins first. And you know what happens to them? And then he rushes them over here. And it's like, doc, please, don't put them on the high protein diets. You see what happens every time. And I don't know, you know, some people just don't get it when it's right in your face. Okay, here's one. Hi, this is from ABO. Ismail? Hi, my brother has glaucoma and very, very, very dry eyes, and he's losing his vision dramatically. Please provide us urgent tips. Thanks. This is in Saudi Arabia, and I thought I had got this, but if I haven't, listen. Remember, we've done some videos on glaucoma. Glaucoma is lymph pressure. That's why his eyes are so dry. They're so dry because lymph deals with the acids from the cells. So his lymph isn't moving well. It's backed up so that it's getting pressure from backing up. The problem is in his head. And so all these acids are chewing on his eyes. That's how you get macular degeneration. He's going to lose his vision. He could get into Alzheimer's, dementia. You've got to get him on a fruit diet now. Got to open up those kidneys and adrenals. Get his bowels cleaned up. Start draining that head. You got to get to this guy and get this going. I'd use that eye wash to try to stimulate blood and lymph flow, but you've got a major system in the head not draining down through the lymph nodes and out the kidneys. So you really, really got to get this guy on a diet, get him on a detox program, go to the kidneys, the adrenals, follow the detox program as we laid out. Get him on the eye wash. It's not gonna help back up the glaucoma as much as it is going to bring us some good blood flow to interstitial tissues here around the eye. Hopefully keep him from having MACD or some wrinkled retina, or where the breakdown of the retina is at hand, because that's where he's going here. So we can get it all back if you get him going right now. So sorry I didn't get to this any quicker. That's one of the problems. When you have a very serious case, you call here. I'll take all, you know, I love these. I love reading them, but, you know, my time up and down and getting to them in a case like this poor guy needs help now. Save those eyes of his. Definitely give us a call there. That's Saudi Arabia. Poor guy. But that's what's going on with us worldwide. Everything, there's no difference. We're all brothers and sisters. I mean, it's happening to all of us everywhere. And this is John, GI broom fungal problems. Dear Dr. Morris, I'm a little bit puzzled, and you might be as well. I'm a lot puzzled. You know what? You know, I keep saying this spiritually too. I just don't know. I don't know anymore. You just, you know, you get to the point where you just don't know. We know enough to satisfy what we need, but we, you know, just... You can't think, you can't judge, you can't do anything anymore. You just have to be in the now. And in the now, he's just in the now. And if you don't get it, you don't get that happiness, you know, it's interesting. I mean, it's really something else out there. I don't seem to hold water very well and never seem to feel completely hydrated. Well, that's because your lymph system's backed up and you're probably feeling just what's going on there. You're probably not. And when you're not getting hydrated, it isn't about drinking a little water. See, we have so many superficial idealisms and propaganda stuff out there that you know, it's just not true. You probably are systemically dehydrated, and that would become from systemic acidosis. I seem to urinate most of my water intake without a short period of drinking it. Yeah, super dehydrated. That's why you've got to keep working that hydration. Use the herbs with the kidneys and adrenals and start getting that hydration, however slow or fast. But you have to get kidney filtration to get hydration. I mean, truly interstitial, meaning around the cells, all over the body. It takes a while to get true hydration. I don't seem to, okay. I seem to, okay. However, I noticed the TSH on my blood work was in a low range. Well, now you might be onto something there a little bit too, because again, we know that pituitary controls urinary function. So absolutely. I would pick up on a little pituitary glandular, just one bottle, maybe 1, 2 or 3 times a day. Pick up on that pituitary and see if that'll help you with that. At the same time, though, pick the adrenals up and pick the kidneys. Start cleaning them out and do all that together. Oh, you did. You start taking the pituitary gland. See what I love about you guys? You're watchful. You're looking at numbers and stats. You're doing your things. You don't need to take much of that pituitary glandular, John. I'm telling you, it really works good. As expected, I could feel the TSH pounding my thyroid and my heart rate would increase. Yeah, so watch that. Find out. You don't have to overdo it, just a little bit. But you see that? See, now you'll remember that forever. You'll know. And see, you guys are becoming better physicians than most physicians. You know, I hate to say that because people spend a lot of years going to school, but if you go to a lot of years going to school learning crap, then that's what you get. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. We have a major shift that the human race has to take. And all of us physicians need to take it together because our only concern should be the wellness of the client or the patient or whatever you want to call them and getting them knowledgeable. Plenty of people sick, but we need to knowledge the people up, empower them. You know, it doesn't do anybody well to keep your clients or patients stupid. It always does you better if you pass it on and you educate and you give what you get. You can never underestimate that value of what God does when you give what you get, because you constantly keep getting. See? As expected, I could. I noticed after a couple days on the gunners, I was starting to hold water more effectively. Look at that. Yeah, good man. I was feeling more hydrated and urinating. Oh, good call. Good call. There seemed to be some hormonal connection. Yeah. Well, to the kidneys. You know, I had a young 3-year-old once with a pituitary tumor. And when they removed it, she couldn't hold her urination anymore. And then I realized, you know, and then her surgeon said part of the pituitary stem controlled that. And I'm going, well, you know, so I'm always looking at the pituitary, even with the body and a lack of filtration or anything else. I'm also looking at the pituitary. Now remember, with the iris work, we show how the transverse bowel has ultimately affected the head and the pituitary gland in its embryonic symbiotic relationship, can we call that? So, important to clean up the bowels with the pituitary. So, John, you got to clean up the gut, clean up your bowels, get up the pituitary, upper circumbrain nerve, you know, turn everything on. You don't have to hit that little pituitary very hard at all. You can be real cautious with that little thing. And if your TSH is sore in your blood work, just come off the pituitary. Don't freak out. Yeah, I think you're right on to it. I think you're right on. Remember systemic acidosis too, and just work all that out. You're right on. Oh, you guys are so smart. It does me proud and well. Oh, also my GI tract has always, looky here, see? I don't pre-read these. I want you to know, guys. If I do, I'll tell you, but I don't pre-read these, so this is just what we're doing. Also, my GI tract. See the connection here? Has always been in great working order, but for some reason, when I eat a bowl of mango chunk, yeah, well, see, maybe it's not as good as you think. Look at your eyes, John. Get a picture of your eyes, because I'm telling you, with the pituitary, you got to have bowels, and of course, with mango chunks, I get extreme burning to the point of complete physical paralysis. Oh, wow, whoa. Well, I would eliminate that for a while. Mangoes. Isn't that weird? The burning continues for hours until the fruit is completely digested. This was never a problem for me before and is only happening with the high acid fruits. Well, you want to come off of the high acid fruits and then stay in that, well, mangoes aren't acid fruits. You know, you get a good ripe mango, there's nothing acidic about it. The same thing with all the other fruits. It's just that, yeah, the way we pick them unripe, you're going to have more acids to that, no question. But it does tell me you got some bowel problems, but well, you would with the pituitary problem, I'm telling you. So, P.S., if I put the GI Broom into my own capsules, will it work as well? Yep, absolutely. John, that's just what I'm doing. Your thinking is right on, my friend. And I'm going to have to go here, but your thinking is right on. So that's what I love about you guys. You guys are getting smarter, and it's exciting to see what all you're doing. And sorry about all the mix-up with the YouTube. We still don't know why we got kicked off. I know someone said about links, but then that didn't. They wouldn't let us come back on. So I don't know why that happened. I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist, but a lot of people's got kicked off, so wasn't that. So who knows? You know, but we went to, what is it? I can't remember that. Vimeo? Vimeo. That sounds like Italian mafia. Vimeo. We take care of you. But Vimeo sounds like a good place to be. They say they don't take off your videos or nothing. And then, of course, we're going to have them on my website. I mean, that's where we're going to do most of this is on my own website. You can just Google Robert Morris, ND. It takes you right to the site, and we'll put them up. Thanks for bearing with us. Keep it up. I'm just seeing smarter people. You guys are getting yourselves well. I can see that you're picking up and understanding. And I tell you, you guys are the saviors of the world. I can just tell you. Maybe people don't get it yet, but you're the saviors of the world, because there is no other remedy anywhere. They might feel better over here, feel a little better over there, but you guys ultimately know how to take the human body back from Hellville to Wellville. See you later. And if you want to know what that sounds like, get her tape and play it. Hellville to Wellville. We'll see you, and I love you all. You have a great, fun day. Namaste, and see you later, guys. Thank you so much for hanging in there with us.